Theresa Caputo, affectionately known as the Long Island Medium, has captivated audiences with her profound ability to connect with the other side. Known for her striking personality, unique hairdo, and unparalleled knack for delivering messages from the beyond, Caputo has become a household name. But her recent reading with Carson Kressley, a fashion icon and TV personality, unfolded in ways even the seasoned medium hadn't anticipated. This one-of-a-kind session, captured for a special segment of her show, left viewers stunned and sparked widespread conversation. From mysterious messages to unexpected revelations, the encounter reaffirmed Caputo's reputation as one of the most intriguing spiritual figures of our time. Carson Kressley, best known for his vibrant personality and groundbreaking work on shows like Queer Eye for the Straight Guy and RuPaul's Drag Race, joined Caputo in her cozy Long Island reading room. The setting, familiar to her fans, was adorned with candles, crystals, and family photos, a space designed to invoke calm and facilitate communication with the spiritual realm. Kressley, known for his humor and flair, was visibly excited yet skeptical. "I love Theresa, but I'm always wondering if she'll start talking to some long-lost fashion designer instead of my grandma," he joked before the session began. Caputo, ever the professional, reassured him. "The spirits choose me as much as I choose them," she explained. "It's all about trust and letting them guide the conversation." The reading began with Caputo connecting to a familiar energy. "There's a woman here," she said, closing her eyes. "She's showing me a red cardigan and pearls. Does that mean anything to you, Carson?" Kressley's face lit up. "That's my grandmother. She always wore a red cardigan at Christmas, and pearls were her signature look." Caputo nodded, her voice softening. "She wants you to know she's proud of you. She says you bring joy to others just like she did." The room filled with emotion as Kressley wiped away a tear. "She was the life of the party," he said. "That sounds just like her." Just as the session seemed to settle into a comforting rhythm, Caputo paused abruptly. Her demeanor changed, her usually steady voice grew hesitant, and her expressive gestures became restrained. "There's someone else here," she said, furrowing her brow. "But this energy feels very different. It's not a family member." Kressley looked intrigued. "Different how?" Caputo struggled to find the right words. "It's an energy I've never encountered before. This spirit isn't human, it feels ancient, almost elemental." The revelation startled Kressley. "Not human? Are we talking aliens or something else?" Caputo shook her head. "Not extraterrestrial, but definitely not from the human realm. It's complex." As Caputo focused, she began relaying cryptic messages. "This spirit says it's connected to creativity and transformation," she explained. "It's showing me vibrant colors, fabrics, and patterns, like a kaleidoscope." Kressley gasped. "That's wild. My whole life has been about bringing color and transformation to people. It's like it knows me." Caputo nodded. "It's drawn to your energy, Carson. It says you've been chosen to channel a message of self-expression and authenticity to the world." The spirit continued to communicate through Caputo, describing a universal fabric that connects all beings. "It's saying that creativity isn't just an art, it's a way of life, a force that binds us all together," she said. After the session, Kressley was left in awe. "I've had readings before, but this was something else entirely," he said. "It felt like a call to action, like I'm supposed to do something bigger with my platform." Caputo, equally moved, admitted that the experience was unlike anything she'd encountered in her career. "I've channeled thousands of spirits, but this was the first time I felt like I was communicating with a universal force," she said. The episode sparked a flurry of reactions from fans and skeptics alike. Social media buzzed with theories about the nature of the spirit, with some suggesting it was an angelic being or a muse from the spiritual plane. Spiritual experts and theologians offered their interpretations of the encounter. Dr. Elena Voss, a professor of comparative religion, speculated that Caputo may have connected with a manifestation of collective creativity. Many cultures believe in entities that represent universal concepts like art, love, or knowledge, she explained. This could be one of those archetypal forces. Meanwhile, skeptics argued that the experience was a clever performance. "Theresa is a talented entertainer," said James Holloway, a well-known critic of psychic phenomena. "But there's no scientific evidence to support her claims." Caputo, unfazed by the criticism, maintained her authenticity. "I can't control what people believe," she said. "All I know is what I feel and what the spirits tell me." For Kressley, the reading marked the beginning of a new chapter. Inspired by the session, he announced plans to launch a nonprofit organization dedicated to fostering creativity in underprivileged communities. If this spirit's message was about spreading creativity, then that's exactly what I'm going to do, he said. As for Caputo, the experience reaffirmed her commitment to her craft. Every reading teaches me something new, she said. This one reminded me that the spirit world is full of surprises. Theresa Caputo and Carson Kressley's extraordinary encounter is a testament to the enduring mystery of the spiritual world. Whether one views it as divine intervention, psychological insight, or simply a remarkable performance, the session undoubtedly left a lasting impression. In a world often consumed by doubt and skepticism, Caputo's work offers a glimpse into the unknown, a reminder that there's more to life and beyond than meets the eye. Stay tuned as the Long Island medium continues to explore the boundaries of the spirit world, one reading at a time. However, Theresa Caputo, widely recognized as the Long Island medium, made a poignant appearance on the Meredith Vieira show, captivating both the live studio audience and viewers at home. Known for her ability to connect with spirits, Caputo brought solace to grieving families as she conveyed heartfelt messages from loved ones who passed under tragic circumstances. The segment, aptly titled Healing Through Messages, was a powerful exploration of loss, love, and the human spirit's resilience. It showcased Caputo's unique ability to bring clarity and closure to those haunted by unanswered questions and lingering pain. Meredith Vieira, the Emmy-winning journalist and talk show host, introduced the segment with her trademark warmth and sensitivity. Losing a loved one is one of life's most profound challenges, Vieira began. Today, Theresa Caputo is here to help families find peace by delivering messages from those. Vieira, who has experienced her share of personal loss, emphasized the importance of the segment. This is about more than entertainment, she said. It's about healing. Caputo, dressed in her signature style of bold prints and high heels, exuded confidence yet maintained a genuine humility. It's always an honor to help people connect with their loved ones, she said. Especially when those loved ones left this world too soon. The first reading of the day was for Sarah Williams, a young woman whose mother, Linda, died in a car accident 2 years prior. Sarah, visibly emotional, explained that her mother had been her best friend and that she struggled with guilt over not being able to say goodbye. Caputo closed her eyes and took a deep breath. "Your mom is here," she said softly. "She's showing me daisies. Does that mean anything to you?" Sarah gasped. Yes. Daisies were her favorite flower. She always said they reminded her of me. Caputo smiled. "She wants you to know that she's still with you. She's saying, stop blaming yourself. It wasn't your fault." Tears streamed down Sarah's face as Caputo continued. "She's also mentioning a locket. Do you have it?" Sarah pulled a locket from around her neck. "I wear this every day. It has her picture inside." The studio audience erupted into applause, many wiping away their own tears. Vieira, visibly moved, remarked, "This is exactly why Theresa's gift is so extraordinary." Caputo turned to a middle-aged man named Robert who had lost his younger brother, Danny, to an accidental overdose. "I've never felt closure," Robert admitted. "It happened so suddenly." Caputo immediately picked up on Danny's presence. "He's showing me a skateboard," she said. He's laughing and saying, "Tell Rob I still can't land that trick." Robert chuckled through his tears. He was always practicing tricks on his skateboard. That was his thing. Caputo's expression turned serious. "He's saying he didn't mean to leave you. He's apologizing. He wants you to know he was in pain, but he's free now." Robert nodded, his voice trembling. "That's what I needed to hear." Halfway through the show, Caputo paused mid-sentence, her gaze fixed on an empty part of the stage. "There's someone here," she said, her tone urgent. The audience fell silent. Vieira leaned forward, intrigued. "What's happening, Theresa?" Caputo addressed a woman in the audience, Maria Lopez, who hadn't signed up for a reading. "Your son," Caputo said. "He passed unexpectedly, didn't he?" Maria gasped, her hand flying to her chest. "Yes. My son Alex. He was in a motorcycle accident." Caputo nodded. "He's saying, 'Mom, don't cry for me. I'm still riding, just on a different road.'" Maria broke down, nodding through her tears. That's exactly what he would say. He loved riding his bike. The spontaneous reading left the entire room in awe, highlighting Caputo's ability to tune into energies wherever they present themselves. After the readings, Vieira sat down with Caputo for a heartfelt conversation about her process and the emotional toll of her work. Theresa, how do you handle connecting with so much pain? Vieira asked. Caputo paused, her expression thoughtful. It's never easy, Meredith. But I remind myself that my work isn't about the pain, it's about the love that connects us, even after death. That's what keeps me going. Vieira nodded. You've brought so much comfort to these families today. Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the responsibility? Absolutely, Caputo admitted. But I trust that the spirits guide me. They know what their loved ones need to hear. As the show concluded, audience members shared their thoughts on the emotional journey they had just witnessed. This was life-changing, said Karen, who had lost her husband in a work accident. Even though I didn't get a reading, Theresa's words gave me hope that he's still watching over me. Another attendee, Jamal, remarked, it's incredible how specific she was. There's no way she could have known those details. It makes you think there's more to life than what we see. On social media, fans praised the segment for its raw emotion and Caputo's authenticity. Theresa Caputo doesn't just communicate with spirits, she heals hearts, one tweet read. While the episode was widely celebrated, it also drew criticism from skeptics who questioned the legitimacy of Caputo's abilities. Cold reading techniques can explain everything she does, said Dr. James Nolan, a psychologist who specializes in debunking psychic phenomena. It's about picking up on subtle cues from people. Caputo addressed the skeptics during her interview with Vieira. I understand why some people doubt what I do, she said. But for me, it's not about proving anything, it's about helping people heal. As the episode ended, Vieira reflected on the impact of Caputo's work. In a world where so many are searching for answers, Theresa Caputo offers a unique kind of hope, she said. For Caputo, the journey continues. Every reading reminds me why I do this, she said. It's about love, connection, and reminding people that we're never truly alone. However, Theresa Caputo, affectionately known as the Long Island Medium, made a spectacular appearance on the hit morning talk show Live with Kelly and Michael. Known for her larger-than-life personality and her extraordinary ability to communicate with the spirit world, Caputo brought an electrifying energy to the show that captivated both the studio audience and viewers at home. In a segment filled with laughter, tears, and moments of profound connection, Caputo showcased her unique gift while sparking deep conversations about loss, hope, and the enduring bond between the living and the departed. As the show opened, Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan set the stage for Caputo's arrival. She's been wowing audiences for years with her ability to connect with the other side, Ripa said, her excitement palpable. Please welcome the one and only Theresa Caputo. Caputo strutted onto the stage in her signature sky-high heels and bold outfit, her platinum blonde hair styled to perfection. The audience erupted into applause as she exchanged hugs with the hosts. Strahan, towering over Caputo, quipped, I think you're the only person who could make me feel short. Caputo laughed, her Long Island accent shining through. That's my secret weapon, big hair and bigger heels. After some light banter, the conversation turned to Caputo's work. Ripa asked the question on everyone's mind, Theresa, how does it feel to carry such a unique gift? Is it overwhelming? Caputo nodded thoughtfully. It can be overwhelming, but it's also a blessing. I'm just the vessel. My job is to deliver messages and bring comfort to those who need it. Strahan leaned in, intrigued. Have you ever been surprised by what the spirits tell you? All the time. Caputo replied. They don't always follow my schedule. Sometimes they interrupt me at the grocery store or even in the middle of dinner. Ripa laughed. I'd love to see the look on someone's face when that happens. As the interview transitioned into the reading segment, Caputo scanned the audience, her demeanor shifting into focus. There's a man here, she began, her voice soft but steady. He's saying he's someone's dad. He's showing me an image of fishing poles and a tackle box. Who here had a dad who loved to fish? A woman in the second row raised her hand, her eyes already brimming with tears. That's my dad, she whispered. Caputo turned to her, her gaze intense yet comforting. He's showing me a special fishing trip. Do you know what he's talking about? The woman nodded. We went fishing every summer. Those were our favorite times together. Caputo smiled. He's saying he still goes with you in spirit. He wants you to know he's proud of you and that he sees how you keep his memory alive. The audience applauded, many wiping away tears. Ripa turned to Strahan, visibly moved. This is incredible, she said. As Caputo continued, she paused, her expression shifting. There's a child here, she said, her voice trembling slightly. A little boy. He's showing me a toy truck. Does that resonate with anyone? A young couple in the audience began crying, holding hands tightly. The woman raised her hand. That's our son, she said. He passed away 2 years ago. Caputo's face softened with compassion. He wants you to know he's okay. He's showing me a birthday cake. Did you recently celebrate his birthday? The woman nodded, her voice breaking. We baked a cake for him last week, just like we used to. He saw it, Caputo assured them. He's saying thank you for remembering him. He also wants you to know that he feels your love every day. The studio audience fell silent, the weight of the moment hanging in the air. Ripa wiped away tears as Strahan placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. After the audience readings, Caputo turned her attention to the hosts. Kelly, there's a woman here for you, she said. She's showing me a bracelet. Does that mean anything to you? Ripa's eyes widened. Yes, my grandmother gave me a bracelet when I was a little girl. I still have it. She's saying she's with you, Caputo continued. She's proud of the woman you've become and loves watching over your family. Strahan, not one to shy away from emotion, then asked, Do you ever pick up anything from me? Caputo nodded, closing her eyes for a moment. There's a man here. A coach or mentor. He's saying, keep inspiring people. You're doing exactly what you're meant to do. Strahan's face softened. That sounds like my high school coach. He was a big influence on me. Caputo smiled. He wants you to know he's proud of you, not just for your career but for the person you've become. During a backstage interview after the show, Caputo reflected on the experience. Kelly and Michael are so warm and genuine, she said. It's always amazing to connect with people on a personal level, especially in such a positive environment. She also addressed the emotional weight of her work. Every reading is different, and every spirit has a unique message, she said. But the common thread is love. That's what it's all about. As audience members filed out of the studio, many shared their thoughts on the emotional experience. I didn't get a reading, but just being here was healing, said one attendee. Theresa has such a gift. Another audience member added, it's amazing how specific she gets. You can't fake that kind of detail. Caputo's appearance on Live with Kelly and Michael was yet another example of her ability to bring comfort and closure to those in need. Through her warm personality and profound gift, she reminded everyone watching that love transcends even the greatest loss. For Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan, the experience was unforgettable. Theresa has a way of making the unimaginable feel real, Ripa said during the show's closing remarks. Strahan added, she doesn't just connect people to their loved ones, she connects us all to something bigger than ourselves. As the credits rolled, the studio buzzed with a sense of awe and gratitude, a testament to the lasting impression Theresa Caputo leaves wherever she goes. However, Theresa Caputo has captivated millions as the Long Island medium, bridging the gap between the living and the dead with her uncanny ability to channel messages from the other side. Her unique gift, paired with her effervescent personality and trademark big hair, has made her a household name. In this exclusive feature, we explore the woman behind the phenomenon. From her humble beginnings in Hicksville, Long Island, to her rise as a global sensation, Theresa Caputo opens up about her journey, her process, and what it truly means to be a medium. Theresa Caputo grew up in a tight-knit Italian-American family on Long Island, a community where everyone knew each other and traditions ran deep. I was always sensitive, Caputo recalls during our interview at her sprawling home in Hicksville. As a kid, I didn't understand what was happening to me. I thought everyone felt what I felt or heard what I heard. Caputo describes her childhood as a mix of confusion and curiosity. I would have dreams that came true or feel overwhelmed in certain places. It wasn't until my late 20s that I realized this was something unique. Her realization came with the help of a spiritual healer who explained that she had a gift for connecting with spirits. It was a turning point, Caputo says. I finally understood that I wasn't crazy. I was a medium. Despite her growing awareness of her abilities, Caputo prioritized her family life. Married to Larry Caputo for over 28 years and raising 2 children, Victoria and Larry Jr., she initially kept her gift private. It wasn't something I advertised, she says. I focused on being a mom and a wife. My family came first. Her children, now grown, recall their mother's gift with fondness. It was just normal for us, says Victoria, Theresa's daughter. We'd have friends over and sometimes she'd pick up on things. It was always interesting. In 2011, Caputo's life changed forever when Long Island Medium premiered on TLC. The show followed her daily life as she balanced family, friends, and her work as a medium. It was surreal, Caputo admits. One day I was just Theresa from Long Island. The next I was recognized everywhere I went. The show's popularity exploded, earning a loyal fan base and multiple seasons. Viewers were drawn to Caputo's genuine warmth and her ability to deliver messages that brought comfort and closure. Caputo's process begins long before she steps into a room. I start every day with prayer and meditation, she explains. What's meant to help and heal. During a reading, Caputo says she receives impressions in various forms. Sometimes I hear words, other times I see images or feel emotions. It's like a puzzle I have to piece together. Her ability to pick up on specific details, like names, dates, or personal memories, has left many in awe. It's not about what I know, it's about what the spirits are showing me, she says. Caputo's live tours have become a cornerstone of her career. Performing in sold-out venues across the country, she delivers readings to audience members in real time. It's incredible, she says. Every show is different because the spirits guide me. I never know what's going to happen. One memorable moment came during a show in Chicago, where Caputo connected with a woman's late husband. He showed me a heart tattoo, and she lifted her sleeve to reveal it. The entire audience gasped, Caputo recalls. It's moments like that remind me why I do this. Despite her widespread popularity, Caputo has faced criticism from skeptics who question the authenticity of her abilities. I understand why some people doubt what I do, she says. It's not something you can measure scientifically. But the proof is in the healing. When I see the peace and closure my readings bring, that's all that matters to me. Critics often point to techniques like cold reading, where subtle cues from the subject guide the medium's responses. Caputo, however, insists her process is genuine. I don't need to convince anyone, she says firmly. I just do my job and let the results speak for themselves. Fame has not come without its challenges. In 2018, Caputo and her husband Larry announced their separation after nearly 3 decades of marriage. It was a difficult decision, Caputo says, her voice tinged with emotion. Larry and I have a lot of love and respect for each other, but we grew apart. The split, while painful, has allowed Caputo to focus on her personal growth. I'm in a good place now, she says. Life is about evolving, and I'm grateful for all the lessons. For those who have experienced Caputo's readings, the impact is undeniable. Karen Smith, whose son died in a car accident, describes her reading as life-changing. Theresa told me things no one else could know, she says. It felt like my son was sitting right there with us. Another client, James Rodriguez, credits Caputo with helping him overcome his grief. Losing my wife was the hardest thing I've ever faced, he says. Theresa's message gave me the strength to move forward. As Caputo enters the next phase of her career, she's focused on expanding her reach. She recently launched a podcast, Hey Spirit, where she shares stories and insights from her readings. I love the podcast because it allows me to connect with people in a new way, she says. It's all about spreading love and healing. Caputo is also working on her 4th book, which she describes as a guide to finding spiritual connection in everyday life. When asked what she hopes people take away from her work, Caputo's answer is simple: love never dies. She continues, our loved ones may not be here physically, but their energy, their love, it's eternal. That's what I want people to remember. Theresa Caputo's journey from Long Island mom to global phenomenon is a testament to the power of authenticity and the enduring human need for connection. Whether you believe in her gift or not, there's no denying the impact she has made on countless lives. For Caputo, the work is far from over. I'll keep doing this as long as the spirits guide me, she says with a smile. And with her unwavering passion and commitment, it's clear that Theresa Caputo's story is only just beginning. Hello lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Sabrina, hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel.